And thank you for joining us on the Jeep Life podcast. Except, has anyone joined us yet? I can't. I'm trying a new computer, and I hope that doesn't suck.
Hey,
for
look,
everyone.
Jeep Life podcast is live.
Look at that. Got that notifications. Hey, at least we're getting that far. What's up, my good friend Troy? Yeah, again, I am on a brand new computer. I'm testing this on my work machine. Mike, what's happening?
Uh-oh. What do we get, like 30 seconds of free music before we get...
I don't know. But that needs to be our... Yeah.
I know.
Ron.
Oh, by the way, we need to figure out Wildwood.
We do need to...
He was on my ass today.
Oh,
well,
was he?
Then, Ron, you figure it out.
Is it Ron on your ass, or is it Jason? Or is it all of it?
It's all of the above.
Yeah. Dude, just tell me what I owe.
Great.
That's how I figure out.
Okay.
What's up, Mark? Jason. Oh, cool. Who'd you go with? Tori, what's happening? Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing worse than having to paint a house. Dude, that sucks. Well, I guess moving a house is bad, too.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen. Hi to Will for me, too. Although you're way more important. Oh, nice. Rented a condo.
Where were you, Dave? We were at Seven Sirens waiting for you to show up with the Mustang.
Yeah, waiting.
Seriously. Just stood there staring at the entrance. Where's Dave?
That's all we did was stare at the entrance and say, "Where's Dave?
Where's Dave?
Where's Dave?"
Anybody see Dave?
Walking around, perfect stranger.
Yeah.
You seen Dave?
Anybody seen Dave?
Dave. I'm watching a guy turn a E46 into a pickup truck.
Oh, that's right. Dave sold the Mustang. I knew that already. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called liquidating assets. Is what that's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I liquidated some assets today too, but I got nothing in return.
Well, you flushed yours.
Yeah, that's all I did. That needs to go at probably the end of the episode if I can remember to edit that and put it back there. And this is normally kind of the time where we let people join us and
share out,
and then share out. And
Billy, what's that
stuff.
hat?
What's
that hat?
Blue
cool.
Mountain Racing?
Ah,
yeah,
it's
but
cool
it's covered
hat.
with glasses, so we can't see.
Oh, sorry.
Blue Mountain Racing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big truck.
It's a big truck hat.
Nice,
It's
man.
a nice one. Yeah.
It's full diesel over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Trail 19. Do you know Trail? Do you remember Trail 19?
No.
I don't either.
Mm-mm.
Can look it up.
We could look it up, but I don't have my iPad with me that carries my maps. No, there's some real scary trails at AOA.
There's, and that's why, when I was talking to guys from the Northwest, there's some serious stuff there. And what's different about it than Roush is you got to do some driving to get to it. But it's kind of cool because you hit the hard stuff and then you can go, cool down.
Yeah. Well, so what's really interesting is there's some real cool stuff that literally is, if you're not looking for it, you drive right by it.
Yeah, right. It's just they're just shoots off of
like off of 10.
Right.
There's a couple blacks and shit that's
that last time we were out with Neil.
I've done 19. 19's a nice trail. Because it's right off of Trail 12. It's so there's Trail 13 and 19 over on that side. That's it's before you go like into the no return part of Trail 12.
Oh, I know where. I've never done it, but I know where it's at. It's up on the top of the mountain. Up there. Yeah.
On top of the ridge. Before you go into the limited recovery area. Yeah.
Yep. I know where it is. I just found it.
Would you say it was a blue?
Yeah, it's a blue.
Yeah. Really? Because the entrance, if I'm thinking of the wrong one, because the entrance I'm thinking of looks like a green.
Maybe we'll get back up
You
there
might be
one day.
thinking 13, which is pretty close to there.
Yep.
Right.
Trying the Gladiator. Yeah, there's actually some tight turns in there. That whole side, 12 and Timbertown and 19. That's
First Gladiator we ran through there. I was like, oh, man, bad idea.
Yeah.
But we got it through. No scratches.
Oh, well, look. Canada thought they would grace us.
Oh, pleasure.
Oh, hey, welcome
look at
back,
that.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Mark? It's I want to do that, but I've kind of learned my lesson with Trail 12, and I know that Dave and the guys are going to address it. They're actually going to make an out.
Yep.
Just
Or
cut
try
an out
to.
through. But it's I love that trail. Love it a lot. You and I, we were literally one of the first people to go on that new trail. But if you come back, if you're coming out and you're coming in, I mean, people are coming in.
It's a squeeze depending on where you're at.
And it's got one of the best scenic views in the park.
I know.
You know, by the picnic area, right? So,
And upper tax bracket.
an upper tax. I'm waiting.
Jason,
We're-
we're three trees and a rock. It sounds like some kind of joke.
We got to get
It
up
sounds
there.
like a movie.
It
Three
does.
men and a
three-
baby.
Yeah, right.
3 trees and a rock.
I just need people dumb enough to go out there with me.
I'll go. Listen, I am totally at your level. I'm in.
Let's do it.
All right.
My Jeep's not even paid off yet.
I'm not. I'll drive my
he's
Jeep
just
up
gonna-
to it.
Yeah, right.
I need an anchor at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Terry can go around.
I'll play with what's the lower one? There's a blue.
No, it's a black.
It's a.
It is a black.
It is
yeah,
a black
'cause
leading up
It's
to.
a bee. That's where we call it. It's the bee's nest.
Yeah, because that's where
That's
Neil
where
got
Neil got-
stung.
yeah.
And then we hit another one when we were out with Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that when you and I were out with Neil?
Yeah, but we weren't.
That
back
was
there.
that
We
was like off of.
There was one in Lower Anthracite, I think, at one point too.
I don't know, but Neil was like, "Don't get out of your Jeeps."
Right.
Bees again. You know?
Right, yeah. Neil and Jeeps. Excellent. So let's go ahead and share this out, everybody. Let's see if we can get a few more people watching and loving on us for a little bit. I'm full of ums today.
Uh-oh.
I literally.
That's like a shitty brain night.
Welcome to my life.
It's soup.
It really is soup. And
can't
not the
believe-
good kind of soup either. It's like you need 40
Vegetable
pound
broth.
Yeah, it's veggie broth. Veggie broth, no salt, no pepper, just
Yeah.
Canada needs some help.
we need some of Don's.
I see that.
Dr.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay, where's the email at?
I haven't seen an email. I think I saw a Patreon
Yeah, I gotta look at that.
but
We're ever going
what's up, Josh? How we doing? All right, have I said hi to everybody that's on here? That's all I really
You're such
care
a
about.
good man.
I want to say hey
You're
to
such
everybody.
a people person.
Well, I love these people.
I do too.
These are good people.
I do.
These are
But
our
I can
people.
see in your face how much you enjoy.
No, that's me trying to hold one in.
Sorry, wrong face.
Oh yeah. All right.
Let's do this.
Let's talk a little bit about some partners because we haven't
I
done.
was
that
going
in
to
a
say,
while.
you need a water.
I got my water.
God, you need water.
I know. I need a Monster. It's out in the car.
Oh.
Well, you got plenty of time before we.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to go grab it real quick?
I'll go get
Go
it.
grab it.
I'm going to
And
grab
these,
waters.
These people on the. I can talk to I can talk to our people.
You could talk to your friends.
I can
too.
talk to
our
our
peeps.
people.
Sorry, we're slacking tonight.
I know they're slacking. All right, so before we get started, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to stay with you to try to get more. Oh, look at there. That's a good-looking fella. Oh, dude. So you went out with Matt, and that's awesome. Yeah, his Jeep's a little bit wide, especially if you were to going back into Timbertown. There would be a couple places it would have been tight, but 19, I can see that. Yeah, he's got a nice Gladiator. It's nice. It's won a couple shows with it, so that's cool. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I took out. We had a couple gladiators with us last time we went out. Sue and Joe, and they hung quite well. All right, excellent. I love it, Canada. Keep it coming, Mark. So this is cool. I haven't. I don't know that we've made this announcement, but hopefully we will have a couple broadcasts from Easter Jeep Safari this year. After the show tonight, I will be packing up part of the studio to take with me out there. I don't know if the guys know that I'm going to dismantle some of the studio, maybe take the mix board, a couple mics, my headphones, see if we can get some interviews. Maybe if I throw a show together while I'm out there, that'll be fun. Oh, that doesn't look like water. That looks like a soda.
Yep, I got soda. I need some caffeine and sugar. By the way, this is not one of our partners, but Rita's has a peanut butter Reese's Cup mudslide.
Oh yeah,
That is like to die for.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty damn good.
dude. I'm a fan of some Ritas, and not of others.
Oh,
But I guess that's the beauty of it.
I guess.
Lots of flavors
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yep.
Um,
And it's early in the season, so they have all the
they
flavors.
have right. Dave, that's a great question. My plan is to have at least one live show while I'm out there.
Billy and I have off.
Yep.
No,
you don't. You're still coming over, and we're building axles.
Okay. I'm in.
We'll see if we don't, wire you guys in somehow
In the garage. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the shop.
Hint, hint. Is Dave going to be out there?
Oh, are you gonna be out there, Dave? Is that what?
Is that what you're hinting at?
Dave would make an awesome co-host.
He would. I think I roped in a beautiful face to join me for at least one show.
I hope so.
Eric?
We'll see if
Eric Ammerman?
We'll see if the handsome one. Well,
Is that Pretty Rob?
yeah.
Pretty Rob.
We'll see if he might join us.
No, Handsome Rob.
Handsome
It's
Rob.
Handsome Rob.
See if he might join us.
EJS, Dave.
All right. Let's talk partners.
Rita's for a great
Right.
Reese's Cup outside.
I need to clean my armor light. I absolutely need. I got in today and I was
Soap and water.
I know,
That's all you
so
need.
easy.
Yeah.
They've given us a discount code.
The only problem is it doesn't clean itself.
No, it doesn't. Right.
I told you,
Dave-
take the plugs out and drive down the road. It sucks all the dirt out. It's like a Venturi.
Dave and team, get on that. I need
Yeah.
self-cleaning armor light. I'll buy that shit right now.
Yeah. Self-cleaning armor light.
Jeep Life Podcast 10 will get you 10% off of a full system on that. I know that they're selling them faster than they can
Yeah, they
make them.
can not make them.
That was one of the best things I put in my Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
For free.
Absolutely.
Everyone.
For free. Right. You got my old
I got
set.
your old set.
I
yeah.
love it.
But they do. I just cleaned them up the other day. They look like they're brand new.
Brand new.
6 months.
They're not worn at all.
Dirt, mud, grease, grit,
Yeah.
Maine to PA, New York, Connecticut, all the way in between. I used some water, sprayed it out, and then just brushed it.
I wish I could say the same thing.
And it
It's
came
been
right.
about 1,200 miles, maybe.
Oh.
But a lot of sitting in the garage, and that's really hard
yeah.
on it.
It is.
Yep.
It
It is hard on it.
Yeah.
All right. How about Power Tank? We love those.
They're like
dudes.
blowing shit up.
Who can fill my tank before I leave out of here? Because I'm thinking about throwing it in the back.
Right down the road.
Yeah, I know, but when?
Oh.
That's the bad part.
Oh.
Anyway, Power Tank has given us a discount code, Jeep Life.
I'm
Pod
working
15.
from home tomorrow.
Are you?
If
I might leave it here then.
you leave it here, I can take it over on my lunch break.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Yeah.
But that is the ultimate system. it airs up 35s, 4 of them in about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes on the outside.
It takes longer to change from tire to tire.
Right.
Than it does to air them up.
Yeah, it does.
Literally does.
It does. Dude, I was talking about our sound today. My pipe's exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drove by the car show because you and I hung out with the car show. I drove by and not felt embarrassed at all.
Nice.
I even rolled down the window so I knew that I could hear what they were hearing.
Right.
And it was golden. That pipe sound is good.
It is a great sound.
We just got to get a fuel dump on that Jeep.
If you turn the key fast enough, right? Is it something like that?
Cycle
on off quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I want to shoot. That's next, Dave. I want to shoot fire out of the back of my Jeep right now.
Dave can't accomplish that.
Well, Dave can give us replacement mufflers as we split them apart.
As we melt them.
Yep.
I can make that happen. Now, I can't replace the engine.
Right.
That's.
I mean, I can, but not cheap.
Yeah. We're going to tread lightly. .org. We don't have a discount code for them right now, but they are a great partner of ours. I'm going to be hanging out with them in the coming weeks, and I will try to work out our new discount code.
Awesome.
While I'm there. Rockslide Engineering has a discount code, Jeep Life 10. Those steps, I need them desperately on my Jeep.
They're
because
really expensive.
I'm realizing it's getting harder and harder every day to climb up in that bitch. Dude, I tried to climb into Eric's Jeep the other day because he had to unplug his so he could put in his armor light.
Yeah.
And they haven't plugged them back in.
Oh.
And
Could you get in?
A fat man trying to get into that thing.
It's on stilts.
Overkill. Damn it.
It's actually on 4 of them.
Yeah, it's on
$6,000 a piece.
Yeah, right. But that was humorous, and I was like, next time I'm riding in this Jeep,
you better
I better have the steps. I have the steps, or you put in a rope ladder that goes from the.
This Jeep is freaking big, man.
It's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge. Off Camber Lighting, our really good friends over at Off Camber Lighting, 20% discount. Those flashlights are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Jeep Life Pod, so go and do that. Those are our partners. Make sure you hang out with them. Buy your stuff from them.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff.
You'll save some money if you do, but also it helps us out because it makes them go, hey, man, we like the Jeep Life Podcast people.
Yeah, man.
Right? All right, anyway, I'm pushing that button. We're going to get rolling. Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and everything about it, from the parking lot somewhere over from Bethlehem all the way to the ocean, to the rocks, somewhere out west in the sand, in the desert, on the rocks, climbing up hills, going down hills, going around trees, bashing our MCE fender flares against a tree, whatever it takes. We are enjoying the Jeep life.
Yeah.
Are we?
We are. Ish.
Some days you curse your Jeep. Some days you love your Jeep.
Hey, everybody. I'm Terry, and I'm one of your co-hosts here, and I'm going to be sitting in the very center. If you're watching this live, you get a special treat because you get to look at me and these other two awesome people who I'm going to talk about right now. What's up, Billy?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm just hobbling around over here.
Dude, so you you went off-roading in a different way yesterday.
On 2 wheels.
On 2 wheels.
I
missed the entire thread of this all night long.
Last
night.
And I'm trying to drink away the pain.
Are you okay?
I mean, I thought I was going to go out of there in an ambulance. And
well, that's better. It's better not to do that.
That was when I hit the rock. So I was going downhill on my mountain bike, and, well, that's normally the way.
That's the life right there, is going downhill. That's
right.
That's the way to go.
Then I started to go over the handlebars, and the bike was still behind me.
Yeah.
It was very much behind me when I came to a stop as well.
I love how the the off-road, the bike industry has labeled that as a scorpion pose.
Yes.
Yeah, because your ass end comes over and
Well,
it's
I
going
was very scorpion.
and you ripped up your legs pretty nicely.
It was more of like the contact with the rock that my knee impacted with. It just didn't. No.
Well, that whole area is
It's
very
all
rocky.
rock.
I don't know that there's actually dirt there.
No.
It's just all rock. Years of dirt settling between rocks. You don't see dirt at
Yeah.
all.
So.
It's beautiful to hike.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun to ride too
All right, well,
when
I'm
you're
glad
not
you're here.
making contact with your face on the ground.
You had your helmet on, right?
I did.
All right, good.
I tried to tuck and roll and it didn't work so well.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
We learned that skill in
I dropped
elementary
and
school, and
rolled.
that does no good for us. The number of times I've been on fire in my life is next to
Countless.
countless for real. Don, I feel like I've seen you twice today.
I think so.
Man, it was good to hang with you
That
today.
was cool. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. We had a good time.
Well, we went to a car show that wasn't a Jeep show,
Right.
and your kid was super pissed that there wasn't a single Jeep.
He swear to God, he's like, you brought me here and there's no Jeeps. Not one.
He's like, you're wasting my time
Yeah,
for
it's
this.
pretty much it.
Really? Come on.
It was an awesome show. So it was Downshift Nation put it on, and it was
Yeah.
a lot of tuners and,
Yeah.
and exotics and
And beer.
yeah, Seven Sirens. So
It was good beer too.
It was good beer.
It was
Yeah.
good
What do we
beer.
have? It was like the Stormtrooper All War.
Oh, there were some battle rattles.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
we
something
have
like
really
that.
good beer.
yeah.
So it
good.
was a cool place, but he's he's a Jeep kid, so he was like, I don't really like any of these.
But there were some really cool rides.
Yeah.
there.
So when you came, there was a Skyline doing a
Yeah.
fuel dump, which was awesome. I mean, it just sounded like cannons, cannons going off, echoing throughout Bethlehem. It's hard to wrap your mind around the amount of fuel that has to be dumping out the backside of that for that to make those sounds. And you could hear it was like it would start in the bowels of the exhaust. And just you could hear it coming,
Just
and
the
next thing you know, you
flames
feel
coming out the
back.
back.
Flames and a percussion. Like I mean, it was
It
crazy.
was concussive. I actually felt it in my chest.
Yeah.
And I was on the front end of the vehicle.
Yes.
I was up toward the front, and I could see the flame
Yeah.
coming out the back.
It was pretty wild.
That was really
I
cool.
know somebody's Jeep that's getting a fuel dump soon.
Somewhere at what, 1,000 horsepower, Nate?
That probably was around 1,000 horsepower. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was. I actually didn't know the car. I didn't know, but I wasn't really looking at the car.
Right.
I was looking where the sound was coming
Right,
from more
right.
than anything.
Yeah.
But they had a killer Viper.
Yeah, that was cool
there.
too. GTR.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we had this discussion earlier. That's a 10-cylinder.
Right.
Yeah, it's a-
V10.
V10.
Yep. That generation, I think, is 8.4 liters. I think 8.4. But yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
right now, the fastest street car in the world is a quad turbo or bi-turbo Viper.
Yeah,
It's
compound.
Yeah, it's
Dual compound.
I forget the name of the car and the guy, but he's out west. But it's
It's-
like 3,000 horsepower on the street. Not kidding you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's 3,200, but yeah.
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't a huge show.
No, but
Right?
it was cool.
It was cool. What,
Yep.
maybe 15, 16 cars, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little more because there was an upper parking lot too.
Oh, I didn't make it up there.
Yeah, right.
But they had like 5 cars inside. And
Yep. Yeah, the Aston. There was 2 Porsches and something else.
It was what was the Nissan? It was actually the ugliest car that was there.
that was sitting in the corner by the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. If it was a 240 or what, but it was like missing the bumper fascia.
It was. Yeah. But that Corvette that we saw that was wrapped on the front end as we were
that
leaving,
was cool.
that was really cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Yeah, same.
That was a good time. Yeah, it was a non-Jeep event.
Yep. We took the dog. Dog
Yeah.
did good.
So we got to take the buggy over there or something like dumb.
Right. Yeah, we have to get there early because you pulled in
You gotta
with
buy
the caddies.
Yeah, so I took the Cadillac and I pulled in and we're like, there's no room, especially for that fat pig.
If I'd pulled the Jeep around, I was like, just pick the one you least like, and I'll park on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
there
just
you go.
back right on it, and
That's
then
it.
no one will notice. I did something Jeep related, but not Jeep activity this
Mhm.
week, and I'm super stoked about it. I got a badass Tattoo.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's
Thing's
cool.
awesome.
Dude, Alex Miller at Alex Miller Tattoo and Local Color Inc. in Westchester really hooked me up. I wish there was a way to kind of point it out for you, but you can't see it.
You don't have. Yeah, you gotta.
It's amazing. It's basically my Jeep parked at a campsite with a campfire and a winch line encircling it.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing is the sky.
Oh
that they
yeah.
did. I mean, that is killer. And the trees.
Trees and the mountain in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
that is freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'm in love with it. I can't
Yeah.
stop looking at it.
Yeah.
I wake up in the middle of the night and
I
go,
want it like right here.
I know, right? I'll save the
I
design.
want a tramp stamp of it.
You want a whole like off-road scene, couple Jeeps, rock crawling on this side.
Well, we could probably take this, put it in the right
Yeah,
above
man.
the crack of my ass, and make a nice tribal thing coming out of it.
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely.
Now we're on to something.
Wow, how did they get here?
All right, Mark. I'll walk to the camera. It'll be upside down probably when I hold it up, but we'll see. All right. Mark wants to see it.
Don't you have a picture of it? You could put it up on
Put
the
it up on the Instagrams and stuff.
grams.
Yeah. Let's see.
I can't tell.
Hold on, wait. I'm on lag here.
Yeah, we're like 3 seconds
Facebook
behind.
land is there. You go. Perfect. It's upside down, but perfect.
It's very upside down.
Can you stand on your head and do it?
Just turn the computer upside
Turn
down.
it upside-
Nope,
all right, Mark,
that
when
didn't
you're
work.
looking at it,
Nope,
just
it was
just
way
flip
out
it
of
over.
focus.
It's all right.
Yeah,
You
well, that's
see
what
it.
happens up there. But here's what I'll do.
We'll put it up
We'll
on
put it on
the
our
grams.
Instagrams.
Yeah. We'll get a good photo
and
of
you'll
it.
be able to see it. Because Alex Miller,
Awesome,
dude is magic.
Yeah.
Well, his tattoos look a lot different than way most people get their stuff done.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, it's
Yeah.
got sort of a. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just got more color. It's brighter. It's more, imaginative than.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's a Jeeper.
Yeah. Yep. We've wheeled with him.
We've wheeled with him. You
Yep.
fixed his Jeep using only a hammer.
Right.
That's some magic.
Yeah.
Some Don magic.
Some mud that I mixed up from 3 different mud holes.
Created
Fairy
epoxy,
dust.
epoxy on the side of the
he
trail.
taught me a dance to do around the Jeep while
Yeah.
he was working on
Hunda,
it.
Unicorn
hunda,
hairs.
yeah, hoo-ha.
But it was he does
Canada,
such a
everything's
good
else.
job, and our personalities fit because he's a Star Wars nut.
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
I mean, he's
Yep.
a nerd.
Yep.
Right, and just an awesome dude. He's
Yeah, cool.
like us, and I'm in love. I can't wait to get my next one and my next one and my next one.
That's the problem with them. They get addicting.
I know this is my second one. It's 25 years in between them.
You got some time to make up for.
I intentionally waited till I found the right.
Well, I
thing.
know you've been waiting on talking to him for a while now.
Yeah. So, well, literally since the day we went out.
Yeah,
We-
seriously.
the
I
first time
remember.
with him.
Yeah, we were all talking to him.
Cool. So that's been our week in a nutshell, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had nothing else.
Nope.
For that. Which brings us to, I believe.
Tigers.
Well, now the March Madness is continued. We're in March. Today is March the 35th.
March 35th.
March 35th. We have our amazing bracket that Don has brought to us, and I'm going to see if I can bring it on the screen. And
So we're going lower left, right? So it's like
yeah,
it's
Here
the
it is.
Goodyear Wrangler Enforcer MTs and the
Yep.
Cooper Evolution MTs.
yep.
Oh, and let's throw a disclaimer out there. We can only vote on the tire from what we've heard people say or reviews we've
Right.
read because, well,
Yeah.
I can throw in my 2 cents about what I've seen, like come into the shop and stuff on the
Yep.
the Enforcers and the Evolution. Although I've never worked on those specific tires, but we'll talk tire brand a little bit.
Yep.
I've heard Coopers are the better ones.
Well, so Goodyears, I'm not a fan of. They don't wear well. They're noisy. I don't know about traction off-road. I really don't with the Enforcer. I do know people rant and rave about the Coopers. Really like Coopers.
So here, my summation of what I've heard, putting it all together. Goodyear used to be the standard at the racetrack because they put it out there.
Right.
Right. Everybody was running Goodyear.
Right.
That was the thing. I think their rubber is perfectly suited for a track because it's softer. It might be okay for certain rocks because it's softer.
Mm-hmm.
But my experience on my own vehicle when I ran Goodyears, they did not last very long.
No, I was going to say that they wear horrible. They feather real bad.
I had none of those problems. What I had is just tread was gone.
Yeah, 30,000 miles.
Way sooner than I had hoped, right? Yep. Now, the Cooper, I've zero experience with it, but when I read the forums and everything,
people love them.
People throw out the Cooper almost instantly. It's like the first one on any list.
Yep.
I think there's a reason for that. I think it's a psychological reason. The cost of the Cooper is significantly lower than a cheap brand, or not. It's significantly lower than a premium
expensive brand, right? Like
but not quite cheap.
Middle of the road
brand.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good entry point for a lot of people. And so when you find that dollar to mileage ratio and performance, that I think the Cooper kind of hits it in that area, in that sweet spot. Is it the best tire out there? Probably not. Not even, in my opinion, in the neighborhood. But
I think it's
dollar to tread. I think. Yeah.
I like that dollar to tread. No, I think Cooper, from what I hear, Cooper tires, people love them. Good traction, it's a durable tire. And you're right, the price is slightly lower than Goodyear tires aren't cheap.
No,
they're expensive. So Cooper comes in price wise under the Goodyear by far.
Yep.
So, I guess we all three of us vote Cooper, right?
I say Cooper.
Cooper.
All
right.
Cooper.
All right. Well, that was pretty easy.
Cooper, super, pooper, trooper.
All right. So next week, well, actually, since I'm going to be not here, should we knock out this first round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just mark out the first round.
Yep,
I'm cool with it. Because otherwise, we're at March 43rd, and we're still in the first round.
Right. So Nitto Trail Grapplers, Nitto Trail Grapplers, and Hankook. I didn't fix that. Keep doing that.
Hankook
Dynapro MT2s, and I'm gonna go. You guys know I'm a Nitto guy.
Nitto guy.
Big time.
Nitto guys.
I'm gonna go Nitto.
All right, so I actually am going to talk up the Hankook Dynapro tires, because that's actually what I ran for a while, the AT version of that.
Right.
And I thought they were wonderful AT tires.
Right.
Were they the best ATs out there? Probably not. But they were, for dollar for tread, they were outstanding.
Okay.
They don't touch the Nittos.
No.
But
I firm believer the two best tires on the market are BFG and Nittos.
All right. So we just threw the right. So I'm gonna.
You're gonna go Hancock.
No, I'm not going to, but I just wanted to throw that out there from personal experience that I think they're not a bad tire for the dollar for tread, right? But I'm going to say Nitto.
Yeah, I'm Nitto.
All right, so that moves on.
Now, here's going to be the fun one. Yokohama Geolander MTs and Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MTs.
Baja Boss.
I'm going to go Yokohama. I've had bad experience. I've had bad experiences with the Bajas. Well, some of the older Mickey Thompsons. Now they're older.
So the older ones, I would, if it was older ones,
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I would go with.
I mean, for the amount of mileage and how they wore and the way they drove, and I'm definitely going to go. Now, in Yokohama, I've put Yokohamas on some of the Commanders we've had.
Right.
It's a damn good tire. And it's actually owned by Nitto. So
is
Nitto and Yokohama are the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be, for me, like the very top of like the cheap, lesser expensive tire brands. I think that would be, kind of bunching into that middle land. Personally, I've been around a lot of Mickey Thompsons lately.
Yeah.
Out on the trail. And they have really done some nice work. I think their AT, Baja Boss ATs now are all around a great tire because they're really, really decent for rocks.
That's a new tire, too.
It's a brand new tire.
Yeah.
A lot of sidewall strength.
Yeah.
And airing down and throwing your wheel on a rock, you want as much sidewall as you possibly can to grab it.
Yeah.
And even the ATs have a lot of bite to them.
Right.
And so when it was the MTZP 3 Elemento P KZR X model, because it took all the way around the tire to put those letters on there.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not so much a fan of those, but the Baja Boss AT and MTs, I think they're a top
So
top 5 tire.
you guys are both going Mickey Thompson?
Yep.
I'm going to go Yokohama, so I lose.
Well, I don't see it so much as losing as being defeated.
Yeah, outnumbered.
Defeated, outnumbered, yes.
It's really just
Outvoted.
Outvoted.
No, I hear you, and I do. Mickey Thompson is a cool tire, and the company's been around forever. It's a cool company. Just some early on bad stuff, and the Yokohamas I've had nothing good but good, and I've run Geolanders already. So, like I said, on other stuff, and I like them. So, and I think I actually might go to. They have an extreme mud terrain. So when I go to the 37s on mine, it may be what I run. I don't know.
Right.
It's either that or it's going to be BF Goodrich KM3s because the Nittos I love, but I don't like their mud tires. I mean, it's not that I don't love them or I don't like them.
Yeah.
I just like the BFG KM3s better
For a mud terrain.
for mud terrain.
Yeah, that's the problem that I have with the trail grapplers is I don't necessarily know they're the best mud tire.
Yeah, it's really a West Coast tire.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rubber that touches the ground.
Yep.
Not a lot of channels in there for mud to escape. So,
Yep.
all right. So we're now down to the final 4.
Yeah.
And somewhere around March 43rd, we are going
We'll
to
finish
go.
it out.
We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll battle it out.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try to put in some college marching band music here to get us in the mood. To get us in the mood for the national
Nice.
championship. How do you top that? We might as well shut her down right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of March Madness and the month of March lasting through summer, where are we going to spend all of March?
We got to start crossing off places. Like, we don't know.
I know.
So we're going to start out, well, you're starting out with Eastern Jeep Safari
Yeah.
next week. It's going to be wild. It's going to be so much fun.
God.
And that is April 9th to the 17th, and holy crap, that's a long time. So then, once you get back, we're going to be going right up to AOAA on April 30th for the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania Trail Ride. That's at Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Arborarium. And, it's an amazing place to get out, see some sights, hang out with people, get some good views. And it's going to be a great time. And also, there's camping and hanging out and doing awesome things afterwards. And then we are heading into May 21st is Go Topless Day, put on by Barricade this year.
Yep, Barricade. Is it Barricade Off-Road or
I
what?
think it's Barricade Off-Road.
I don't know what their sub-brand is.
But we're going to be hanging out with the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania as well. We're going to be having our booth set up at the Mountain View Winery, Brewery, Distillery, Vineyard, this, that, and the other thing. Whatever alcoholic beverages you like.
Cheesesteak Fest.
Yeah. It is going to be delicious. There's going to be a lot of hanging out. Hopefully it's a nice day. Take your top off, and that is May 21st. And then we're going to be heading out to Bantam Jeep Festival on June 10th to the 12th. And, yeah, that is going to be a great time as well.
Yeah, I think I might be the only one of the three of us heading out. But
I might be in your suitcase. Who knows?
I was going to say, we'll just load
I think
up
Northwest is coming up then.
Okay, cool.
I think. I don't.
All right.
I got to look at my calendar.
I think Holly's going to be at Bantam as well. So
more than a week out.
Yeah. So and then the very next weekend, June 16th to the 19th, we're going to be hanging out with Holly Fowler, Northwest Jeep Cast up at AOAA, and Ultimate 4x4 field trip.
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I
get
can't
to ride
wait.
the bus.
I know.
Oh, no, you don't ride a bus on this field trip.
No. Well, there might be a bus. Who knows? And then July 15th to the 17th, we should be in Wildwood, New Jersey for the New Jersey Jeep Invasion. And don't worry, it's not canceled.
Dude,
April Fools.
April Fools.
I know that Jamie got a lot of people.
He got a couple.
Yeah.
He had me going about halfway down. And I was like, oh, shit. Wait.
Well, because
I've worked on that beach.
We
and
know,
I know
how bad that beach can get.
Oh, my gosh. So then...
We'll
right,
be there.
pause.
It'll be a lot of fun.
And then July 23rd to the 24th, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, PA All-Breeds Jeep Fest. I don't think we're going to be making it.
I don't think the team will be there this year.
I think there's just too much stuff going on.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we have to take a hard choice, and that was one of the hard choices that we might have to make.
Absolutely.
Is not make it there.
And then we're heading into August 25th to the 27th is Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, and that's going to be an amazing time. And we might be sending the B team to Ocean City, Maryland for OC Jeep Week.
He just called you the B team.
Oh, I'm not going down there. That's Ron.
Oh, we said Ron. Okay.
The DNR team.
Right.
Don and Ron.
Don and Ron.
DNR.
Do not resuscitate.
That sounds so bad.
Do not resuscitate. That's great.
If you walk up to them on the beach,
DNR.
leave them there.
Yep.
DNR.
Yeah.
Your best bet is to go right. Even if you just see
them.
it, just go right to the hospital and get some vaccinations or something. You've caught whatever they had.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny.
Alcoholism.
It's the DNR team. Woo. It seems like a busy March to me.
You mean March through what?
May, this will be
June,
March
August?
78th.
Yeah, right.
But no, it's going to be a busy summer, I think. Spring and summer for us. We look forward to it. It's going to be great. I can't wait for actual spring to get here.
I know.
Take the top off the Jeep. It's been off twice, but it's been off for no longer than 3 hours at a time, and I'm ready to take it off for a week.
Yeah, I know you like doing that.
Oh my God, can't wait.
I'm gonna be sitting next to you, freezing my patootie off driving to work.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll turn the heat up for you.
Be over there in my parka freezing.
Do you remember as we were going into the fall last year?
Yeah,
there were a couple
few days. They were like,
the
shit.
top was down. I was like, we're gonna roll the windows up, but we're leaving the top down, bitch.
You were even cold at that point.
Yeah, true.
You were like, maybe we should have put it up.
I try to go as long as I can.
Terry's the guy out in Colorado with no doors on, no top, 7 inches of snow on the brim of his hat, just driving down the road in a t-shirt and shorts.
Well, if you go fast enough, you create an air pocket. Snow can't get in. Wind, water, anything else can't get in.
You're safe that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right. It's time to continue our series on the transfer cases, and I know that Dawn brought in visual aids. And when he tells me to, I will try to put that up on the screen so that everybody can see his doodles.
We'll wait until we get down there. Yeah, that was late night doodles last night.
Late night doodles. All right. Yeah. Takes to school, Dr. Don.
All right. So transfer cases, how they work. First of all, before we get into how they work, there really are 4 variations of transfer cases. And 2 of the variations had to do with how we drive the front output shaft, and the other 2 have to do with how we do gear reduction. So gear reduction can be done one of 2 ways. It can either be through a set of gears in an intermediate shaft, which I'll explain a little bit later, or it can be through a planetary gear set. So a planetary gear set has a sun gear, a carrier, and a ring gear, and we can create gear reduction by, and we'll talk about it a little more in depth then, but how we hold one component and drive another, and how it drives the other will actually give you gear reduction, because the sun gear, the carriers are all different sizes. So we use in an automatic transmission to get the different gears. Okay.
As I keep envisioning when you said planetary, I was like, I'm just laying down, listening to Pink Floyd, looking up at the skies.
Well, you can. It'll blow your mind looking at one.
I'm sure it will.
Another thing that's fun about them is that there's reverse transfer cases and forward transfer cases.
Oh.
So whether it puts a reverse, like whether you need a reverse cut on your gear, your differential gears versus
right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go bake a pie or something.
Yeah, right. So the other part of it has to do with how we drive the front output shaft, and there are two variations. Again, gears, that's what the Atlas has, right? It's gear driven.
Gear driven.
Dana 300 is gear driven.
Rockbox, which was another
gear driven.
Yep.
Most of everything now, like new process wise, Toyota does the same thing. Actually, Toyota looks like they copied new process. They're all chain driven.
Yep.
So not as strong as the gear, but a lot quieter. And they've actually gotten pretty good. I've seen stretch chains already. I've only actually seen one fail though. Completely fail.
You hear them start to click.
Well, yeah, the only one I ever heard do that
like
was the knocking I've heard. So I've heard them hit boxes already. Yeah. Actually, my TJ right before I sold it started doing that.
Yeah.
But now that was a 231. But the only one I've ever heard click was a 241 non-OR. It was on Flex Rocks and Rollovers.
Yeah. That was a basket case though.
Yeah, that thing was in bad shape.
Yeah.
I don't think he finished the thing.
It stopped.
Yeah.
He lost front wheel.
So gear reduction, parts list includes your input shaft for the front axle, 2 collars connected to the shaft mechanism, reduction gears, planetary gear set. I'm sorry, there's no planetary gear set in this one. Reduction gears or planetary gear set. Intermediate shaft, planetary gear set, input shaft, reduction, chain, gears, shift forks, seals, bearings, etc. The big difference between gear reduction and planetary reduction has the planetary gear set. So it replaces the intermediate shaft and
with a cage of helical gears.
Right.
The input shaft spins into the one side of the planetary
gear set. Well, it's a sun gear, so the input gear is tied to the sun gear.
Right, and then there's an external set of teeth that it engages with as well. And then as it spins, the next shaft out, the output spins the gears at a different rate.
Right.
And then that's how you get
reduction. So, Terry, pull that up there. Let's pull the picture up we have. So I drew kind of a rudimentary, simplified version of what the inside of a transfer case would look like. And we have... oops. Oh, man, I just lost everything. We have... You'll see when Terry gets it up.
It's up.
It's up. Nice.
Dude, I'm the AV coordinator.
Dude, definitely belong in the A team. You definitely belong in the A team.
I brought in my cart with the CRT on it and the VCR underneath it.
This shirt that says, "I am Terry."
Hear me roar.
So anyway, you can see in the red side there, it's spline that would be connected to the tail housing on the transmission. Transmission would drive the input gear, which would essentially, in two-wheel drive, just spin this whole shaft. Okay, there's no gear reduction. Right. This is the front output shaft. We're locking it in with a collar here. So now when I hit 4 high, the green part is the chain, okay, and there's a collar that slides over and locks to the output shaft, and then it turns the...
So basically on a new process transfer case, when you pull your shifter lever, it's taking a collar that is on your output shaft of your transfer case, and that has a collar on there with a fork that slides it from a neutral position where it's not engaged the chain itself, and it slides into that chain drive, and that's what forces the train to start to go spin and engage. However, on the new processes, that chain always spins. So that's why on a new process transfer capes and Jeeps, you can shift into 4 on the fly.
Well, so there's another, actually, what they do is it actually has a blocker ring on it. So it's got a synchronizer that slows it down and matches speed. So that's why you can do that shift on the fly with it. Now this transmission is not a planetary gear. So this is this has the intermediate shaft, and this would not be. And I got to apologize. I drew the output shaft the wrong way. So it's going out the same way as the the rear. It should be going out the other way, towards the front of the transfer case. So yeah, when you lock it in, it's just spinning the green part at that point. Now, when you go to low, power flow actually changes. We actually lock in, on the collar here, we lock in the gears for gear reduction. So we have a larger gear and then a smaller gear in the intermediate shaft. So power flow goes through the first red gear, down, the shaft turns the second one, okay, and then turns the third or the fourth gear, which is larger, and then that is your gear reduction. So the collar actually unlocks that 1-to-1.
Correct. So
right.
You're disengaging.
You're disengaging the shaft.
There's a whole nother set of forks inside your transfer case. There's the rear set, which engages your four-wheel drive, and then there's a front set that engages your planetary gear set or intermediate gear set that disconnects your. So in two-wheel drive, your shafts are connected through the transfer case. So the output shaft
your
and
power
the input
flow
shaft
literally goes right through in two-wheel drive and four high, literally goes straight through.
Straight through.
Yep.
Right. But what we change power flow when we unlock this, and then it goes in through the the gear reduction units, the intermediate shaft, and then through, and that's how you get your gear reduction on it. So that's a gear-driven.
That's
setup.
how it works in Atlas.
Like a Dane. Well, no, Atlas they have planetary gears in them because they have. I know they have.
Oh yeah, but
4-speed.
Yep.
So they've got the 4-speed actually has two sets of planetary gears in it. Yeah. So now on a planetary gear drive, power flow starts at the input shaft and flows to the sun gear. So the input shaft is splined to the sun gear. Sun gear is in the middle of the planetary gear set. And when we want gear reduction in that, what we do is we lock. The ring gear is already case splined, so it's already locked.
Yep.
But we lock it. We lock the shaft to the sun gear. Sun gear turns the carrier, and the carrier is locked to then the output shaft, which gives you your gear reduction. And that one we can do, and that's how we do shift on a fly 4-wheel drive. That actually has the blocker ring and synchronizer assembly.
If going from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, you can do that. However, you need to come to a complete stop to be able to put it into four low with the planetary gear set because it needs to come to a complete stop. You need to disengage the shafts, and then it transmits the power throughout the planetary gear set and then back into the output shaft.
Yeah.
All right, so that but what when we're talking JKs, just stock JKs going
correct.
What transfer case is in there?
241. It's a new process. It's a planetary reduction.
So it's the similar style that I was talking about. That it has the sun gear. It goes into the input shaft, hits the sun gear, goes out through the cage of the planetary set or a spider gear set. They're all helical geared, and then it translates that power back through another sun gear and down into the output shaft, which that's where the next connection point is of where there's a collar that slides for your four-wheel drive. And then it would translate the power from there into your chain if you had it in four-wheel drive or just directly out the back of the Jeep.
So something you said earlier, and maybe I interpreted it incorrectly, but I was told and instructed to go from 4 high to 4 low at 2 to 3 miles an hour.
And I think you're right. That's what it says in the service manual.
I would say
shifting
rolling.
It's shifting into neutral with your regular transmission.
It helps the gears
align.
Right.
Not even align. They need a little movement to just kind of,
right.
slide.
It's not a full, you're not full engaged with a throttle. It literally is.
I just grab that fucker and yank.
But I've never once had an issue where I've gone, but I felt like I've done it a couple times where I've been rolling faster than that, and
it goes.
it yells at you. Yeah. It yells at you. So it's
because you're not yanking hard enough.
Yeah.
So probably so.
I would say rolling, not 5 miles an hour, not stopped completely, because sometimes you can't get it to go in.
Right. Stopped.
stopped because it's all 4 tires are locked up. You know, you're sitting on the
And
brake.
they may not be,
they might be locking up. It might be like fingers
knuckle to knuckle, right? Instead of knuckle to space, right?
Yep.
So the process on that, and this is, I think this is great for everyone to know, is on neutral, whether it's a manual or I guess engage in the clutch.
No, you can put it if you knock it in neutral.
Neutral.
Put it in neutral gate.
Neutral is fine.
Yeah. So regardless of manual or automatic,
neutral.
Get into neutral. Be going 2 to 3 miles an hour, just rolling, right? Then grab your transfer case, move from 4 high to
grab
neutral.
Grab that bitch with 2 hands, scream
and
like
then
Monkey
move it
Butler,
over and push it in.
Don't do that because that's how you start snapping cables and stock J case.
And then slide it over and then down into 4 low.
Actually, it should. I mean, if it's done right, they'll go. New processes will go right in.
They usually do.
Yeah. So there's
if not a roll in the seat, a quick jostle usually puts it in.
Yeah.
Don't force them. Now, I'm being honest. Do not force new processes because you snap the cable on them.
Right.
Because if they're locked up knuckle to knuckle, they will never go in. You got to actually get out and kind of roll the Jeep a little bit or put it into drive, throw it back into neutral. But those cables, that is a common thing with JKs, is they're known to strip.
I didn't want to derail what we were doing, but I kind of
I think that's important.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good segue too.
Yep. I think so. So really, I mean, the transfer cases aren't complex. The Planetary setups, the Planetary gear reduction setups have been purposely built. Like when I was doing notes for this, I did a little bit of research. Simplicity was kept in mind while they were designing these.
Yeah.
So, there's just very little to them, and that's the beauty of it.
Make sure you keep fluid in them.
I would think that's important for all mechanical.
Sound like you're speaking from experience.
No. Another big thing that is in a transfer case that we didn't touch on is a oil pump.
Yes.
So at the back,
Slinger.
at the tail end of a transfer case, usually on the new processes, they have a small oil pump that basically just sucks the fluid up, and puts it into all the bearings, and it throws it up on top of the case, and then, and that's driven by the output shaft. Because usually they're splined. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to know about transfer cases?
Well, I just want to put mine in 4 low right now.
Seriously, I know.
4 low is not something you should run on the highway at any speeds. If it's dry pavement, dry whatever, don't run it. Right.
Actually, 4-wheel drive, you really shouldn't be on dry pavement either.
Right.
So
right. Because if you try to turn, you get that crawl, and it's a lot of pressure on your axles and steering components. Right.
Yep.
I put the buggy in 4-wheel drive. It just went back and forth in the driveway.
just because.
just to make him feel loved.
I love being able to switch into 4 low.
Yeah.
I think it just. I feel instant power. Like I am the master of my domain for that moment in time.
I am Terry, and hear me roar.
Yank for a good time.
Yank for a good time.
I feel like I know transfer cases now. I know that when we get into stuff like the specialized stuff like your buggy,
I don't even understand that.
There's so many levers over there. I expect a bucket to come out and start scooping up.
All they've done is they've split up the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive,
right,
into a separate control, and then your 4 lows. If it's a 4-speed, your 4 lows into separate controls. So and that way, what they can do is they can disconnect like one output shaft by doing that.
They added an extra set of forks and an extra set of collars.
And if it's a 4-speed, it has an extra set of Planetary gears.
Correct.
So.
Perfect.
Which is another just set of collars and
but they don't. They Atlases very rarely fail if at all.
The problem of them is if you're locked front and rear.
Yeah.
They do not like to go in. For some odd reason, if you're locked front and rear and you have force anywhere, they just.
Well, that's just it. You've got a lot of force on that when you're locked, and there's less room for.
Right. So they love to shift when you're rolling.
Yep.
Those cases, gear-driven cases, love to shift when they roll. But if it's like locked, tires turned, locked, and front and rear, you're never getting that case in.
Right.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, things don't line up.
Nope.
All right. I feel like I'm more educated now than I was before.
Than I ever was.
Than ever.
Whoa, man.
I love this, and I'm not smart enough to be able to put this out. But what I'd like to do is, Don, is I would like for you to put all these notes and stuff together for our Patreon
Yeah,
subscribers.
you know what? It's a good idea. I can do that.
And with drawing, complete with your drawing.
Yeah, we
and
can
everything.
do
that. So that's an additional enticement for our Patreon subscribers to jump on.
I have to proofread the notes, though. There's a lot of shit in there, man.
Well, those notes are written to be talked through.
That's
right. Not necessarily read.
Shut up over there. Yeah. I'm trying to do some work.
I get it. Bill, where can people find us?
Linktree.
Yeah.
YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Apple, Spotify. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Snapchat.
TikTok.
We don't have a Snapchat or TikTok.
I think we have a Twitter, don't we?
No,
we do have a Twitter. We have a Twitter account.
info@jeeplifepodcast.com. Send us a review. Send us a hey. Send us anything.
Listen, Twitter is the wrong thing. That's the wrong social media platform for a podcast to have.
Yes.
What do you get, 32 characters? We ain't fucking making that happen.
I think it's like 162 now.
No, it's 204.
Whatever.
Okay, we talk way too fucking much for
no doubt. Listener voicemail 484-891-1172. 484-891-1172. Last week we had a great voicemail. I'd love to have more. If you have questions or you want to tell us about your rig or anything that's going on in your Jeep life, send us a voicemail. We'll play it on air.
Why not?
Yeah, or if we get enough of them, we'll make a whole show out of it.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Can't wait.
I love this. I loved our March Madness. I'm really stoked about my tattoo from Alex Miller Tattoo. If follow him on Instagram, just Alex Miller Tattoo, and find him. He does some amazing work. Very, very cool Star Wars stuff. And that's all I've got. Yeah, you guys good?
Nothing else.
All right. Well, for Bill, Don, and myself, here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Damn, that's going to be impossible to edit.
The last part of it, that's fine. It's all good.
Well, I'm usually pulling up our music.
Yeah, I know.
That's why. Just leave that. Just throw ours in at the end.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Sunday night. We appreciate it, Dave. Take care. Bye to our good people. Tonight was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm out. I'm tired.
Yep, same.
All right. Later.
Good night, everybody.